Hi everyone, it's Sin, and thanks for joining me. Today's episode is Team Tiny Spring Flowers, and I am going to be making a quick rainbow flower card using Pinkfresh ink pads and Pinkfresh stamp pads. I'll list everything below because it's going so quickly. I have my video sped up a little bit so it's not so long. And I'll be using my VersaFine Clear, my Teflon bone folder, Misti, which I'm not going to use, Scor-Buddy. Please join along and I hope you enjoy. The stamp that I'm using, I'm just using one of the flower, and you see that there's 5 on the stamp. So I'm going to be using I was going to use the Misti, but I want to randomly move it around. So I'm changing later on to a acrylic block. I'm using the middle, tones of each color family. So I'm using the second lightest of each one for the most solid flower. And I'll be doing that. And now I switched over to the acrylic block. I'm using my Unity block. It has wooden handles, but it's acrylic. Again, for the orange, I'm using the second lightest. And I'll be doing that with every color. Next is red. Then it'll be pink and then purple. So again, second lightest using the pink family. This Team Tiny Spring Flower Video Hop, we are a group of small channels, YouTube channels, and if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you're not monetized, so you don't get any ads. So it's a nice way to binge watch us, as you won't get stopped by watching ads. So I hope you hop along with all of our videos. Please like, subscribe, and comment, as that helps us immensely. All you have to do is, in my description, on the first line, there'll be a hashtag. If you click on that, it'll take you to all of our hoppers. So please join us in doing that. Okay, so as you can see, I did the pink and the purple. Very simple coloring, as it's solid stamps. And I got inspired by looking at the Pinkfresh blog. And there was a similar card using rainbow flowers. So that's what I decided to do. Now I'm doing the second layer. And it doesn't have to be exact, which is what is so nice about using these layered stamps. It looks nice whether it's a little off or it's not, perfect. So I love that about this. For each one, I'm doing the third darkest for each one. And again, I will list everything below, so you know which colors I used. I'm loving the Pinkfresh colors. It's so vibrant and it's so easy to use. And because it's dye-based, I'm using Nina 80 pound. So it just absorbs into the paper so nicely. So it looks really dark, but once it's absorbed, it's very nice. So again, third darkest for the pink. I'm getting rid of the over inked on the stamp because I don't want to make any mistakes. But on the purple, I do get a little bit of ink spot, which I'll use my sand mono eraser to get rid of. And you'll see that later on. So all the flowers are done, and now I'm going to be using the leaf from another stamp set from Pinkfresh. I didn't want the stem to be straight, so I curved it a little bit, which is what's so nice about using good quality photopolymer stamps. And this, I'm also using the second and third green, and again, I'll list it below. Again, we appreciate you hopping along and watching all of us and liking, subscribing, sharing. And please comment below because we love interacting with all of you. My question to you is, what is your favorite spring, that happens in your area? Because I live in Hawaii, we have great weather all year round. So my thing that I love the most in spring, even though we can grow anything pretty much year round, I love doing the bulbs and like tulips. That's my favorite flower, tulips. So I like getting the tulip bulbs and having them come out in the spring. So comment below, what's your favorite? I'll be using my Misti because I don't want to mess this up now. So for my sentiment on the top, and I'll be using my VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink. I'm using my creative corners to make sure it's straight. I love using this ruler along with my mini Misti. And you could see that it's a little offset. So I'll be coming later to using my Waffle Flowers A2 layer dies to center it up. Because I will be mounting it onto an A2 card base. So that's the little purple mistake. And I'm using my sand eraser, which I'm struggling to open right here. So here we go. I have the white on one side and the sand on one side. So this is a dual-ended one, which I really like. So it's taking a little bit, but it will go away. And then after I do it, I like to use my finger and kind of rub it so it gets rid of any like rough edges. So here's my A2 layers from Waffle Flower. I'm using the second to the biggest, and because it's a little off, it's closer to the left, I just centered it so that it has a little even on both ends. Use my Gemini Junior to cut it out, and it's a little more centered. And it's basically done. I'm using my 110-pound Nina Solar White Classic Crest as my card base, cutting it in 5.5 by 8.5, as it'll be a top folding card. So I'm going to score it at 4.25 using my Teflon bone folder. And because I used my second to the largest A2 layer die, it will show a little bit of white all the way around. I'll be using foam to mount it to the back so that it has a little, I didn't want to use foam 3M Scotch tape, so I'm using foam instead, and using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to mount it to my card front, which I will use the same glue to mount to my card base. Very simple card today. I'm using my acrylic blocks to weight it down so that it dries, and it dries very quickly. And again, mount using the same glue to mount it to my card back. Make sure it's the correct way because I've done it upside down before. And I'll be using Simon Says Stamps clear, not clear, it's like a iridescent sequin, holeless sequin, and I'll put some on the card front, and that will be it. So I'm putting a few of those on using the same glue. And I'm using my Marvy Uchida jewel picker. And this is a flat-based sequin. I'm using my craft pick to take it off because sometimes it just doesn't come off using my jewel picker. So there we go. Make sure. Adding a couple more. I hope you enjoy watching my videos. If there's anything you'd like to see me do, then please, again, put the comment below. There will also be a discount code for my shop in the description. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Bye.